I was very recently talking to a person, and he used to believe that he has accepted his past and that he has moved on from his past. But as soon as he started talking about it, as soon as he started thinking about it, he started crying. Something in him triggered and he started crying. And that is when he realized that he was never really, true to himself. He was all along using this as just a shield. He was using the fact that he has accepted the past as a shield so that he doesn't have to face the reality, so that he doesn't have to endure the pain to actually accept it. He was already using it as just a shield for the past 3 years, and now that he realized that he has not really moved on, the pain that he went through is a lot more worse than the pain that he would have endured if he would have tried to actually accept it. So trust me when I say that most of us in life, we think that we have moved on most of the time. Not most of the time, but I'll say we think that we have moved on, but in reality when we actually go to think about it, we realize that we have not. When we actually go to think about it, we realize that we have not moved on and that all this time we were just using it as a shield. He was not the only one. I recently spoke to a few other people as well. So I was talking to a person and she used to believe the same thing. She used to believe that she has moved on from her past. But as soon as she started talking about it, she started crying as well. And that is when she realized that she has not really moved on from her past. She felt very overwhelmed. She felt angry and fearful. So when thinking about your past is making you cry, making you sad, making you scared and making you angry, if it's making you any four of these things, making you overwhelmed, then you have not really moved on from that past. You are just using it as a cover so that you don't have to really face the truth that you have not really moved on, that you need to move on, but you're just using it as a shield, and you need to stop doing that. Because one of them was actually asking me that I don't understand why after so many years I have not really moved on. I mean, I've been trying to move on for so long, and I spoke to a few more people. After talking to them, one of them was actually asking me that after so many years, even after so many years, why haven't I still moved on? So after talking to them, like most of their stories were different, but one thing was very common, one reason. It was like a thread that joined all of them, and that was guilt. I realized that it was their guilt that was stopping them from moving on. It was their guilt that was stopping them from receiving help. And that was something that they were not even ready to accept. And that is when I told them that this is your guilt. This is your guilt stopping you from even accepting the fact that it is your guilt that has been making you do these things. So I need you to realize that no amount of guilt can solve your past. So why are you spending nights crying over a past that was never ever in your control? Your guilt is trying to just push away the help that is trying to arrive your way. So you are already guilty for something that was never in your hands. Okay? So you are guilty for something that was never in your hands, and now you are just continuously pushing away the help that is trying to arrive your way. But why? Why are you letting your guilt take the authority? So the help tried to arrive, but you turned your heads, you closed your heart, and you just asked yourself, do I deserve this? And your guilt answered with, I don't deserve this. But why? Why are you believing in whatever that guilt of yours is telling you? Why are you believing in the fact that you don't deserve it? Okay, now tell me, that why would the universe ever send something in your life that you don't deserve? Why would it ever send something in your life that you don't deserve? The universe only sends things in your life that you need and that you deserve. So if you're receiving a help, that is because you need it, and that is because you deserve it. You need to understand this as well, that your guilt is pushing away the help, and you think that you're running away from the darkness, but no. You are not running away from the darkness, but instead you're going away from the light. You are going away from the light. You're just pushing yourself away from the light by getting closer to the darkness. You think by allowing your guilt to push away your help, you are moving closer to the light. No, you're moving closer to the darkness. But I also understand it. I understand the fact that after spending years surviving in the dark, it becomes something familiar. The darkness feels familiar and the light, well, the light feels too much. I understand that. After spending years in the darkness starts feeling familiar, but you can't let that continue. So let me tell you that I myself, last 2 to 3 years back, so I used to hold on to my darkness very tightly. I used to feel that it is something that will help me. Actually, I used to think. So help tried to arrive. I went to more than 5 to 6 therapy sessions, therapists, and everywhere that I went, I used to portray myself, introduce myself as a victim of the other people's behavior. I used to introduce myself as someone who is like, oh my god, so many things happened to me, a victim and everything, and I used to hold on to the darkness because I used to think that that is how people will show sympathy towards you, and that is how I'll be safe from the society. When people is showing sympathy towards you, you'll be safe. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Because I realized that all this time that I was holding on to that, introducing myself as a victim to the behaviors and everything, every day I felt low, I felt lower to them, I felt inferior, and I felt really, really bad being me. But as soon as I stopped that, I realized that I am so much more. So you are thinking that by gaining sympathy or sympathy will help you, but no, sympathy is not going to help you. You know, my mom used to tell me, you either be a fighter or you be a crybaby. So I used to think, why do I need to be a fighter? So now I invented a new thing, and that is, you don't have to be a fighter, you don't have to be a crybaby, you just have to be yourself. That is all that you have to be. You don't have to be a fighter, you don't have to be a crybaby, you just have to be yourself. That is all that you have to do. So you need to push away the darkness, because the more you hold on to it, the lower and the more inferior you will feel. So let me tell you that this person that I was talking to is letting his guilt take over him, and he is slowly isolating himself from the help that is trying to reach him. Let me tell you how. So his parents are trying to help him. But he thinks that if he expresses himself, it will be a burden on his parents, and that it will be his parents will be more burdened. They already have a lot on their plate, and then everything will be burdened. And his mom and father, I think one of them is not very physically well, and that if he says that, their health will deteriorate. He believes that, and he is trying to, and his guilt is whispering to him that this will happen. It's his guilt that is whispering to him again and again that this will happen, and so for 3 years he just cries at the night, and that he stays silent throughout the day. He's not telling his parents, the people who are trying to help him, but he is just isolating himself and pushing himself away because of the guilt. The guilt is trying to make him believe that he doesn't deserve help, and that if he does it, he will be exposed, and that people will start thinking of him as something inferior. People will look down to him if he opens himself, if he tells his parents what has happened, and if he tries to accept the help. This is what will happen. So again, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all, because when we have been through trauma, we start to believe in things that were never true. We start to believing things that were never true for us, that never happened, and we create them in our mind, and we start to believe in them. We start to believe that our pain is a burden, and that we start to believe that our needs are too much, and that we have to be perfect to gain and to earn love, care and presence. But why? When you're thinking that, your guilt is making you think that. But when actually help is arriving towards you, when actually there are people who are trying to help you, your guilt is pushing it away. So why are you letting your guilt do that? As soon as your guilty starts speaking in your mind, you need to stop it. You need to be like, shut up. You need to just tell it to shut up, and you need to start to divert your mind into something else. You need to start thinking about something else. As soon as you realize that someone is speaking in your mind, as soon as you realize that it is your guilty that is speaking, you need to ask it to shut up and start thinking about something else. So when someone, I will tell you, because your mind thinks that this is, you have to earn the love, care and presence. So when someone reaches to you with care, with presence, when someone reaches to you to help, you freeze. When someone reaches to us with this, we freeze and we think that, we question that, do I deserve this? What if they turn their backs to me again? And without even realizing it, we already start pushing them away. We already start pushing them away without realizing the fact that we are doing this. We start pushing them away, and then whenever they move away, we think that, why did it happen? But it was you all along. It was your guilt, not you. It was your guilt all along that was telling you these things, and you believed in them and you pushed them away. You pushed your help away. Because sometimes I understand this, and I do understand that sometimes the shame of being seen feels louder, and I don't blame you for that. Because after what you have been through, your mind has been using this as a shield. Your mind has been using the fact that you have accepted the past, and your mind is using guilty as a shield to help you out, to make you feel safe, to make you feel heard, to make you feel seen. But you can't hold on to that forever. You cannot hold on to that forever, because it will break you. The more you push your help away, the more you listen to your guilt, the more it will break you. And you are not wrong, let me tell you. You are not wrong for pushing the help away, because you are not sure about what is going to happen. So I understand that. But you need to start believing in it as well. And you are obviously not wrong for pushing it away right now. After all, you are real and you are a human. A human has doubts. A human cannot sometimes differentiate between what to do, between whether to believe in guilt and between whether to believe in yourself. And sometimes you can't even differentiate which voice is speaking in your head. And I understand that. But you need to try to understand this, that you have to stop pushing everything that is coming in your way, and you need to start silencing your guilt.